got two. It's 5 in the morning East time, so I'm sure I'm not going to get many people in here right now. Well, the two that are in here, what's up? Man, only two? Oh, three. What's up, Review Life? Pakistan. A long ways away, man. Got 8. What? What's up, Robert? Just waiting to see if some more people come in. I know it's early. I just hanging out. I figure I might as well. Yes, it is. It is a global village. We can talk all the way around the world in an instant. Internet is a beautiful thing. Actually, the internet could kind of be our savior in a way, because then you can talk to people in other countries and stuff. We're all people. We're all the same, you know. Come from different backgrounds, different cultures, all that kind of stuff. But ultimately, we're all just people. Heading to work. Stay blessed. Have a nice day. Holland? Jeez. I guess nobody in America is awake yet, huh? Like I said, it's 5 a.m. I'm in Georgia. I'm at a Walmart distribution center. Like I said, if more people come in, I'm gonna... At 2 a.m. in California right now. Yeah, it's rough. I don't know. I was bored sitting here, and I figured, yeah, I could go live if anybody wants to get on. Give a little update on what I'm doing right now. We were talking about on the live feed. It's been like a week ago. We were on the live feed at the house. And what's up, Boomer? And that I was going to be switching over to run reefers again with a guy that has a small reefer company out of Lubbock, Texas. And my truck's still in the shop. It needs a wiring harness, and there's a national shortage on parts, so I can't get the wiring harness. I can't find it anywhere, and my truck is just down, and it's been a month. I can't find the parts. It sucks. It's all going to shit. So the guy put me in a company truck. He goes, hey, you want to just go run some loads anyway so you can make a paycheck at least? And I'm like, yeah, it's about that time. I got to make some money, you know. Things are getting bad. So he gave me this run. I took this off another driver in Amarillo on Saturday. Got the trailer. Had 2 bad tires on it though. The guy that was pulling it didn't even bother to check it. It's got 2 bad tires. I had to get that taken care of in Amarillo, so that held me up. And then I took off out here. I'm in Monroe, Georgia right now at the Walmart distribution center. And this place, like I said in the title, good day. Like I said in the title, this place is a shit show, man. I pulled in here, checked in ahead of time, line out into the street full of trucks. They tell me a door number. Get in here. There's a truck in my door. So I park, go in and check in. And the 2 broads behind the counter There's a whole bunch of dudes in there, and they come in, they say, oh yeah, but my door's not open. And they say, okay, well, just anywhere between door, whatever down there, and door over here, just if any one of them's open, go take it and then come back. Well, there's 20 trucks out here all looking for a door, and dudes are about to get in a fist fight, which Walmarts are usually real organized. You get a door number, you go to that door, and things are cool. This place just went to shit, man. It was like, I came down the row here, it said between door 312 and 343, which my door is supposed to be 343, but somebody was in it. So I turned around and came down the line, and somebody just pulled out of this door 336, and I just jumped right in it, and there are other trucks scurrying around and stuff. I said, screw it, I just backed in. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like I said, people are out here, guys are in there talking in the window, the lady, oh man, this place, is going off and everything. I'm like, screw it, man, I got my door. Of course, they haven't touched me yet, and I've been here over an hour. But yeah, this place sucks. It's a good paying load, though. I mean, not for me, I'm just getting wages right now. I saw the rate con for this load, though, from Freona, Texas to here, and then I got to go to Lexington, South Carolina, which is 180 miles away after this to do the rest of this drop. The rate was $6,000. I mean, like, just about $5 a mile for this load. And I was like, whew, I got to get my truck on the road, man. So, like I said, I'm just making wages, so somebody else is pulling down the lion's share of this load. Crazy. But the guy I'm going to work for, contract with, gets a lot of good rates. He's telling me he could run me from out of the Lubbock area, hauling meat, up to Seattle for $8,000 all day, every day. He's getting those loads for $8,000, and then he can run to Miami out of Lubbock for $8,000. And it's like, I'll take some of that. So who all's in here, man? Everybody say what's up. Got 18 people. Come on. Come on. Now I was just sitting here thinking about this place. I'm all, damn, dude. I've never seen a Walmart operate like this. This place is just madness. Trucks just honking at each other and going all crazy and everything. It's like they need to get organized in the office so people ain't, because if you just leave it to all of us to go find these spots, guys are going to cut each other off, man. It might be a guy here with an appointment 2 hours earlier than another guy, but he can't get in the door because everybody's snaking him and stuff. And it's like, I don't know. This place down here, man. Have any tips for hauling reefer? Don't. I don't know. Hauling reefer, I don't know. There's nothing special to it. Just make sure, if you're used to hauling a dry van, it's just a little bit different. You just got to pay a little bit more attention to the contents of the load, and the temperatures, and make sure your reefer stays topped off. You're going to reefer compared to dry van a lot of the time, unless you work for a big carrier, a lot of it's not going to be drop and hook. A lot of live unloads, you get caught at shippers and receivers a lot longer usually. Make sure you keep up on your detention time, all that kind of stuff. But doing reefer is kind of a pain. I don't care for it as much. I just want to go make money. So if money is available doing this, especially with the rates this guy I'm going to contract with is getting, cool. Hauling reefer though, you're going to have a lot of weird appointment times, middle of the night, all that kind of stuff. A lot of places that do dry van, you might do a lot of drops during the day and everything, it's warehouses and stuff. A lot of places are going to go with a reefer, a lot of temperature controlled warehouses and stuff. They're going to be open 24/7, hectic, because it's all perishable. They want to get off the truck, all that kind of stuff, So yeah, it's a free-for-all. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's actually very chaotic. I can already tell you, if I could avoid this place in the future, I will. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I got in here in a reasonable time, and I just turned around and found a spot and backed into it, and with no, because you could see nobody had any regard for anybody else. So I just, as soon as I saw it, I was just opportunistic about it and said, screw it, I'm taking that spot. I got some guy backing in right next to me. He's all jackknifing it. But yeah, this place is a mess, man. This morning though, my appointment was for 4 o'clock. I got in, actually the place right across the street, there's a little truck stop right across the street. They charged $10 for parking overnight, but I was like, whatever. Oh. Get kind of closer, Brett. It's okay to do a pull-up. Take it on the easy side. There you go. But yeah, it's hopefully just get out here, make a couple paychecks or whatever while my truck's still in the shop, see what we can work out. It's funny, the guy I'm contracting with, like say, has a small company. You never believe what happened though. Talk about, we always said team fish, you know, me and Selena. It's kind of funny that we're putting the truck on with him, and then I was talking to him about anything, and I'm like, hey, if you need any help around here, because he has a shop and everything too. He's like, if you need any help over here, I got a kid, he's 24, man. He'll come over here and be your gopher in the shop, because he's talking about, you know, he needs more hands. And then something about they just hired a lady to work in the office doing just general office computer stuff, all this kind of stuff. I said, well, if you need anybody else, let me know, because Selena, I mean, cat's out of the bag now. Selena was working for Amazon for like a month doing parcel delivery, but it was beating her up. And anybody knows Selena's had health problems with having a pulmonary embolism, a couple of them actually. Well, if she was out there working doing the parcel delivery and it was beating her up, she was getting bruises all over her and stuff like that. She's on blood thinners, but she is prone to blood clots. So turn around and she's like, she was coming home with her arms and legs all bruised up every day. And again, that could mean blood clots. And we're like, for a little job like working for Amazon, you know, it didn't pay much or anything. And it was like, just, was it worth it? No. Well, the owner, he said, hey, you know, why don't you ever come over and talk to me and see what we can do? She has trucking background. This guy needs help in the office, you know, needs somebody knowledgeable and all that stuff. She went over, had a little meeting with the guy. He offered her a job on the spot. She started yesterday. Again, it's not much money either, but she's got herself a nice little office job working at the same company that I do now. And she's handling computer stuff, inputting, you know, drivers' settlements and all this kind of stuff and whatever. And she's working on the other end of it, you know, with like compliance, doing the tablets for the e-logs and all this kind of stuff and getting all that stuff set up. She was actually video calling with me yesterday, and we're sitting there talking about, because something on my tablet wasn't registering right. So we're sitting there having a conversation, and she's on the computer and we're just working it out and stuff. It's just kind of funny. I got my own wife working at the company that I contract with now, even though Selena and I have worked together for years. It's not a big deal or anything, but it was just funny. And, you know, and where's everybody at? 33 people, nobody talking. What's up? Unless I'm doing all the talking, I guess. So yeah, I'm working for this guy now, his company. Selena's working in the office. So we're like a little trucking couple working at the trucking company, you know. So this morning though, I got up at 2. I was just across the street. Actually, I woke up at 2 because somebody came and banged on my door. Evansville. I've been there. But they had paid parking, and somebody claimed that I was in their spot, even though I paid for my spot, had the little parking permit they give you and all this stuff. Guys out there banging on my door at 2 a.m. I'm like, what the fucking holy hell? Showed him my parking permit. He's like, oh, shit, all right. So he woke me up. I'd already been sleeping since like somewhere around. As soon as I parked, man, I was super tired yesterday. It was just after 1,700 hours. I had to go lay down. I ended up sleeping all night. I was like, whoops. I mean, I set my alarm before I went to bed for 3 o'clock just to make sure I got up if I did sleep all the way through it. And got up. There's a Waffle House right next door. Went over, got a coffee and a hash brown so I could have some food. Picked up a couple drinks in the truck stop right there, and then came over here. So I've been here since I got in line out at the gate at 3:30. It took me till just about 4 o'clock to get up to the gate and get checked in. So I'm glad I pulled out of there early enough to do it. And then got in here and got my door. So let's see what's everybody saying. What's the guy next to you doing? He's just putting it in the hole right next to me. So you 48 or regional, it'll 48 state. I'll go wherever he has loads. Wherever it's paying, man, I go. What's that guy next to you doing? Parking. I'm in Sumter, South Carolina right now. Sorry, he keeps jumping on me. What's your thoughts on driver-facing cameras? I don't like them. I don't want somebody watching me all the time. It's my business, what I do in this cab. This is my house. And I don't want anybody watching what I do. You're back here sleeping. I mean, you got curtains and stuff. I get it, but it's like, I don't want somebody watching me all the time. Screw that, dude. What is this? Goddamn 1984? Screw that. There's already enough cameras out here in the world. Figure it out. So, let's see. What's up, Jeremy? Got my line haul run over for Monday night. Going to the house. Run Jackson, Tennessee to Louisville, Kentucky, and St. Louis sometimes. Yeah, line hauls are cool, man. If you got a set gig and you're making good money, it's cool. Still got a green light. Still haven't gotten to me yet. Reefer's back there running and everything, wasting all my reefer fuel. I got to go find some fuel because I'm at, I was a little bit over a quarter tank and this thing's just running. It's like, come on, man. I got to do this, go find someplace to fuel up, and then go on to South Carolina. Back here wasting all my fuel, man. Let's go. I guess that guy don't want to hang out, huh? Oh, that's right. You've been talking about Dayton Freight. Yeah. No, like I said, I just don't want a job. I'm out here doing this in this guy's truck for a minute. I want to get my truck back. And by the math I'm doing, the way these loads are working out, and the way, like, even, you know, Selena's putting in driver settlements and stuff, and she's seeing what guys are doing here. She's been putting in like seeing the numbers on guys running here solo, grossing around $350,000 a year. So that's just running solo. And he's already enticing Selena a little bit, like, hey, do you guys want to run together too? I could work that out for you. If she wants to go out and run some loads with me. God dang. Yeah, my allergies have been going off since I got into like Alabama yesterday. Eyes are beet red, been like watery eyes and everything and whatever. Are diesel powered APUs really reliable? I hear about a lot of guys having problems with them. I've had a couple and they worked fine for the time I had them, but on trucks I used to drive. But yeah, $1,800 a week is not bad for a company job, dude. You can make that money and get those benefits, walk away, dude. Just keep on taking it. But here, by the math I'm doing, if I can get out and just boogie and my truck doesn't have any problems, I can start building at least, you know, making plans around that money. I'll be netting, taking home anywhere from, depending on the week you have and the hours and whatever, it all vary, but I'm seeing between around $4,500 to $7,000 a week in my pocket. Crazy money for a solo too. Now if Selena and I could get team runs once in a while too, and she jumps on the truck with me, the kind of money we can make off of that, you could be talking 10,000 plus in a week net, like take home. So it's just stupid money what the rates are out here, because this guy says he's booking loads for up to $8 a mile all day. He don't book cheap freight. He's assured me that. He goes, I don't do cheap freight, man. Somebody offers me the rate I don't want, I just hang up. And he goes, guess what? 10 minutes later, they're calling me back going, okay, you got to take it. He goes, that's right. No, I'm not doing the milk tankers anymore. They couldn't pay. If I could have kept moving, it would have been all right, but they were dispatching me bad. they weren't paying me my settlements right. They kept missing loads and stuff like that, and the money wasn't coming in. They still owe me money, and I just, sometimes you gotta just take a wash on it and move on. So, will the W9 be on its way soon? That's the thing I'm looking at. If I can get out and run consistently for the next few months and just get back on top of stuff and build up the down payment again, and get my maintenance fund back up. That's not out of the question. I mean, even Lone Mountain Truck Leasing has brand new W9s there right now with $23,000 down, $2,850 a month for 60 months. Basically, new truck financing. It's comparable to doing any kind of financing deal you do with a dealership. And brand new W9s with 86-inch sleepers, like, all right. Or go get me a older dirty motor, if I can track one of those down. It's decent with a rebuild and all that kind of stuff. I don't know, if I want to keep out and keep moving and not worry about maintenance as much, I know a new truck would be the best way to go, because all the downtime I've had in the past month, how much money I've lost by not being able to run. If you have a newer truck and it stays up and running, you go make that money, you can make the payment and have no maintenance issues. It's always that tug of war between old and new. It's just get you a little guy Western Star. Yeah, those are sharp. I like the 4900s. They're cool. I'd prefer a KW or a Peterbilt, but let's see, what's a W9 is too heavy for reefer. Yeah, they are a little bit. I mean, W9s and Pete's, guys run them all day, but typically you get, with a W9 or a Peterbilt, you're going to be looking at, you're not going to be able to load more than like 43,000 pounds on that thing. God dang, I can't believe it. My sinuses are so screwed up. Of course, they're always screwed up. I'm a hot mess. But typically you're looking at 43,000 pounds max. You're going to be able to get on, a heavier truck, like a long hood. Like this load was 44,000, just over 44,000, and I'm in a Freightliner, and I was only at quarter tank of fuel, and I came in right at 79,000 pounds. So I had. See, I got the ticket right here. But yeah, with a quarter tank of fuel on me, 78,440. 11,300 on the steers, 33,220 on the drives, and 33,920 on the trailer. So it was close, you know what I mean? But more than enough room to put fuel on, fill up the tanks, do all that. Get an old cab over. Yeah, those are comfy. I've driven cab over. It's like, screw that, dude. I guess if you got some of these newer ones, like I know Freightliner with the Argosy years ago, even though they don't make those anymore, I think, or the European type, the Scanias and whatever else they got over there, I forget. But, Mercedes, Volvo, I'm sure they're comfortable trucks. Would you do a Fitzgerald glider? Yeah. Even though I watch other videos, Asian My Show, he went and interviewed the guy from Fitzgerald, I forget his name, Tommy Fitzgerald or whatever, that they have completely stopped making glider kits now. Fitzgerald is done. They've gone purely over to owning Peterbilt dealerships now, and they sell new Peterbilts now. Fitzgerald glider kits are totally done. They don't make them anymore. So anybody wanting a glider truck from a place like Fitzgerald, I guess, no dice, man. It's not going to happen. You are ass out. So you're going to have to buy one used on the market somewhere. People are probably going to be charging arm and an ass for them because I don't want to let them go, you know what I mean? How come you haven't opened your own authority yet? Well, last year during COVID, we thought about it, but the rates were so low earlier last year that we took a pass on it at the time, and then we got rid of our truck, and it just kind of went by the wayside. And then too, I mean, if I get my own authority, I wouldn't want to be doing reefers with it. I go do dry van, and it's, you know, there's a lot of upstart money wise to getting your authority done. Insurance and all this stuff after it kicks in, from everything we were able to guesstimate, it would have been about $15,000 to get our authority going with everything in place. Then you got to find a trailer, you got to finance that, and it just wasn't in the works at the time, you know. Now the rates are banging. If I have my own authority right now, you know, right now is the time, yeah. So, you going to be staying 2 weeks or just one on the new run? I'm going to run this as long as I have to, just to make a paycheck, and then work it out from there. You know, just as soon as I get my truck back and everything, I'm going to go out and just knock it out as much as I can, keep on running, stay away from the house for a little bit, so we can get money built up and get things moving again real quick. Which, if I get out here and get running like I should, once the truck's out of the shop, I should make good money really quick. So, yeah, right now is the time if you want to get your own authority and stuff, but there's a million people out there doing it right now too. And I've been in this game for over 20 years, and the one thing you got to remember that you always see happen, trucking is very cyclical. You get in right now, next month could all change. We're looking at coming on a major bubble popping in the economy. Trucking, I think this time around compared to 2008, I think it'll sustain itself better, because there's a lot of people getting out of trucking right now too. It's an estimated, since last year, the trucking industry has lost over 200,000 drivers out of 3 million. It's a pretty good chunk. So demand is way up. You know, there's a big shortage of drivers, a shortage of trucks. You know, if you don't have butts in the seats, nobody's driving these trucks. So a lot of places have trucks sitting around in their yards that they can't even get drivers in anymore. Insurance rates have skyrocketed, fuel's going up. I mean, volumes are low. I mean, supplies, you know, that shelves are still empty. So demand is there, but nobody's making anything. So trucks go to pick stuff up, but hey man, where's all the stuff at, you know? So I mean, demand is way up. If you wanted to get your own authority right now, I could see doing that, but you better be prepared too. These rates are not going to last. They're expecting these rates to at least go through this year. At least. The owner of the company I'm contracting with, he looks at all the market reports, and he gets a lot of input and everything too. And he's talking about 3 to 4 years, it looks like, before the whole thing with the pandemic starts to even out and supply chain levels get back to normal, back to where they previously were. So that's something else. I mean, the thing I've learned too is don't overextend yourself too much. Taking chances without a lot of financial backup, don't do it, you know, because trucking's running hot today, but tomorrow, you never know. Yeah, it is a sweet kitchen, isn't it? How confident is Freightliner that the wiring harness? Well, they are. What the codes originally told them, I had 3 codes initially when I took it in, and they put on a fuel regulator valve because it was stuck open. That's what the codes were telling them to do, so they did that. I went and got the truck, didn't work. They ended up splicing some wiring, going to the fuel temperature sensors and stuff. That cleared it up, didn't work. Went back again. When they plugged it in after I brought it back, it had 16 codes on it. And then they redid it and only had 1 code. And they turned it back on again, or did another diagnostic, it had 15 codes. And I went, oh, wiring harness. So, so they're looking at the wiring harness, but Nationwide Freightliner does not have a wiring harness, so I'm screwed. What's up, Michigan? Greg? But yeah, they initially had one wiring harness, but it was for a DD13, and it wouldn't work because the DD15 apparently has like 5 extra plugs on the harness that are not on the DD13, so they didn't do it. Have to wait for one for a DD15, and like I said, they scoured the country, and there's none. So I'm stuck. I'm just waiting. Man, they still got me with a green light. It's sitting out there forever. Let's go. Yeah, and talking about the wiring harness and all these sensors and the computer shit and everything that I keep having glitches with, it'd be great to have, you know, an 07 on back truck would eliminate a lot of this crap. And then go get because the place I'm contracting with, he doesn't have any age limit on his trucks either. As long as I can run an E-log, he doesn't care. So it's where he doesn't like going to California either. So I was like, cool, if I don't need a emissions truck, you know. You'll make it good, you've been at it too long not to. Yeah, you know, just the one thing I learned too is through time, don't give up. Even if you're down in the hole and everything sucks, keep fighting your way out of it. One of my favorite quotes of all time is Winston Churchill. I even have a thing of it on my phone. Winston Churchill, if you're going through hell, keep going. I mean, you're talking about people that persevered World War II against the Nazis. So if he can stand up there on his soapbox and say, if you're going through hell, keep going. They survived the destruction of their country and being murdered and killed and whatever. Coming from people like that, they've been through harder times than I have, and they kept going. So I keep going. You know what I mean? Don't give up. That's the way I think about it. So I'm not a I'm not a timid person. Yeah, when a lot of people want to go hide in the basement during a tornado, I walk outside and want to look at it, that kind of thing. So when people are timid, they're pussies, whatever, typically, nothing on them, you know, hey, you want to be who you want to be, go for it, but I'm not going to be hanging out with you. I got no time for you, you know what I mean? Like, he called me up and said, hey, you want to go run this truck instead for a while? Yeah, it's money. I go make money wherever I can, you know? I pick up whatever side hustle I can. You know, I'm always thinking about what else can I do. YouTube, you know, even though I gotta admit I've been lazy on YouTube. I haven't made a lot of videos in a while. And it's like, I should be making a video every day. I was thinking about that this past month. The whole time I've been off waiting for the truck to get fixed. It's like, dude, make a video. And I haven't. It's like, Texas is good. We actually like Texas a lot. Yes, I'm in a company truck right now. Yeah, I'm preaching, I know. Just put a brand new wiring harness on my Peterbilt. Did not work. Now they're putting a brand new computer in it, hoping that works. Yeah, it's like all this computer shit and everything. I hate it. But yeah, I'm in a company truck right now. He just put me in this truck while my truck's in the shop, just so I could go do something. You know, it's not a permanent thing. So the present is already in the past. Just take a deep breath and chill. It's all good, man. Yeah, I'm chill. I'm just out here working, man. Just doing my thing, you know. What's ultimately too, I mean, when you really break down the brass tacks, what's the worst? You got a truck, trying to run a business, and everything goes to shit, right? You lose all your money. What do you do then? File bankruptcy, you know, zero out, go on some downtime, get a job, build it back up, and you go again. You know, failure is only that if you don't keep fighting. You know, that's the way I always think about it. I mean, You only fail if you don't get back up. When people say, you know, because I've lost trucks before, and they're, you failed. They're telling me I failed while I'm buying another truck. You know what I mean? And then too, you go to companies. You know, if you, I don't like having jobs because a lot of people who work at companies are timid and they're just employees. I wasn't built to be an employee, and that's always my thing. I don't want to work for somebody else like that. You know, have a 9 to 5 job, punch in, punch out. You know, be told what to do constantly under the threat of being fired, or oh, sorry, no work today, man. Sucks to be you. You're just being told what you're going to get, wage-wise, benefit-wise, anything like that from somebody else, and it's like, I don't know why people allow themselves to be dictated to like that. I've never cared for it. I've had a million jobs in my life, and people down on me about that. But what am I doing while I'm quitting jobs? Trying to get a business off the ground. You know, it's just while they still sit there at their job and bitch about how they're broke and they live check to check and, you know, things like that. And it's like, now granted, at the end of the day, right now, I'm broke, but you know, I still would take what I do on my own over somebody else's handout. You know, I always want to go do my own thing and build my own little empire. I just need the independence, I guess. At the very least, the thought of it. You know, people say, well, you're working for somebody else still. You know, you're a truck driver, you're regulated and all this kind of stuff. And ultimately, you do answer to other people still. But yeah, it's still better than having a manager and, you know, like, okay, Selena was working for Amazon. I can tell you right now, I would not do that job in a million years. Kudos to her. She gave it a shot. Didn't work out. She didn't like it. But, and UPS does this too, and FedEx and whatever. Like, she's running around with one of those parcel vans, and yeah, they had sensors on everything and cameras everywhere in the truck. You had to put on your seatbelt every time you got in, start it up. They had a particular order of how you drove this little parcel van. And even if you're just going to the next house with a package, you couldn't take the packages and walk around the neighborhood and do it. You had to drive to each address to drop the package. You had to pull up, put it in park, turn it off, take your seatbelt off, get out, lock the van, go to the back, get the parcel out, lock the van again, scan it, put it on the doorstep, knock on the door, step back, take a picture of it, and then go back. But they give you 300 deliveries a day, and they say you got to be done with no overtime. But they give all these procedures that are so time consuming that nobody could finish the route. And it was like, you know, nobody could finish the route in time. We can't pay overtime though. Amazon's not going to approve that. It's like, dude, it's totally unrealistic. And then they're sitting there yawing at you all the time and sending you, like, she was on a group text message thing for work, you know, of who needs help, who does this and whatever. And they were texting her at like 10 o'clock at night, telling her what to do and stuff. It's like, dude, I'm off. Get the fuck away from me, man. I don't want this shit. And it's like, no, not for $16 an hour they were paying too. And it's like, no, this is totally unreasonable. Plus she was getting beat up. And then she got bit by a dog. It was just a smaller dog, like the size of our dogs, but it bit her on the back of the leg. And the guy was outside too in his yard, and he didn't even do anything about it. He was just yelling, "Hey, get over here, what are you doing?" Goddamn bit her. So I had to have a whole report done and everything. And yeah, she was like, yeah, screw this job. What's up, Taylor? Let's see where I'm at. So it's better than nothing, yeah. Y'all were killing it on that FedEx run. Yeah, we were. Do you carry it? I could. Well, I mean, as far as constitutional carry in Texas, I could, if I'm just running in Texas, but as soon as I cross state lines, I gotta double check a bunch of stuff wherever I go. I know if I go to anywhere up in New England and all that kind of stuff, and I got a gun in the truck, it ain't gonna work. So I'm not gonna take that chance. Although going to a lot of these places nowadays too, big cities and everything, you're better off having a gun pretty much. Yeah, right. They could shove it. She did. She just told them, "No, I'm not coming back. Sorry." She'd only been there a month, and they're like, "Well, you're gonna give 2 weeks notice?" I was like, "No, I've only been there a month, dude. And plus, I have another job offer. Go screw." Yeah, working in a factory, a warehouse, you know, any sort of just mundane punch in, punch out job nowadays. After being a truck driver and have a lot of freedom out here on the road to kind of do what you want to do. If you want to take a break, you pull over, take a break, you know, and stuff like that. Instead of you got to go ask your manager. It's like being in elementary school asking the teacher to go take a dump. Like, I'm going to have explosive diarrhea. Can I go to the bathroom? And they're like, no. You just went to the bathroom at recess. Yeah, and I took a big fat crap then, too. I got to go again, man. Otherwise, you're going to be loving this classroom in about 3 minutes. I blow mud all over my seat. Let's see. Yeah, early stream. I was up early. I was up at 2 a.m., man. I'm in Monroe, Georgia right now at the Walmart distribution center watching everybody go hectic. Man, I still got a goddamn green light. Might have to go back in there and check them. Of course, when you come here, you got to plan on Walmart before they got to pay detention. I think is 4 hours. So pretty much they have you done in 3 hours 59 minutes. All of a sudden they're calling you like literally 2 minutes before you can start logging detention. Like, oh, you're done. Yeah, and ultimately, like, after 23 years in trucking, right? Do I love trucking? Not so much anymore. I used to really love it. Now it's tedious. You know, I'm ready to move on to something else. When we had all of our money built up, we were looking at, of course, then the pandemic started and everything got shut down. We were looking all over the country at different states and everything where to move to open up our own, like, little bar and grill. You know, more like a dive bar that we can make food in the back and everything. You know, bar food, maybe some burgers, sliders, onion rings, French fries, chips and dip. You know, all that kind of shit. Fried pickles. And have a bar. And, you know, pool tables, darts, shuffleboard, stuff like that. And we're really scouting some places, and then when shit hit the fan with pandemic, we said, oh, hold on, you know, because we actually went and looked at a couple places too, but everything was on lockdown and bars couldn't be open. So it was like, how long until this is up though? And we're glad we didn't do it at the time because we would have been shut down the rest of the goddamn year. So, you know, dodge a bullet on that one, but it is still something we're looking at wanting to get back to. Now that, especially now we're in Texas, things aren't as retarded down there. You know, I just, ultimately that's the next step to get to, is to get out of trucking and get on something else. I'd like for that to be the next step where it's just hours, small thing, low key, make enough to make a living, build up some money. You know, because alcohol is one of the biggest profit margins you can have. And alcohol, drugs, and prostitution, man, has been around forever. So I don't see alcohol going anywhere. They tried to get rid of it once, and it caused a goddamn revolution in this country just about. So I don't see it going anywhere. Selling alcohol is going to be a good thing. But then have our own place, our own bar, all this kind of stuff. And, you know, still branch out from there, do other stuff. Maybe still run some trucks. I mean, actually, if I go and buy another truck, and I got my truck still, the Freightliner, I could put a driver in it and give them a percentage of the profit I make off the truck. And I mean, it's a 2015 Cascadia. Anybody out there want to drive a 2015 Cascadia with me? Once I buy another truck, come on over here. And you don't even have to live in Texas. You could live anywhere in the country, and I could put you in that truck. It's just if you want to run out of Lubbock, that's a good base of his customers because he runs beef right out of Lubbock. So he's got a lot of set things of running with, was it Cargill and is it JBS, I think. So he's running meat loads out of the Lubbock area all day, every day. So. Yeah. And then he shoots you out somewhere with a meat load, and then he puts you on like kind of a triangle in a way. Shoot you over like, you say you take a load up to Seattle, then you go over to the Midwest somewhere, and then you shoot you back down to somewhere in Texas maybe, or something like that, and then, or maybe over to Georgia and then back over to Texas or something like that. You know, he works in around, you know, just where you're out a week or two at a time, take a couple days off, week or two at a time, take a couple days off. So, but like I said, comes around, anybody's looking for a job, I figure I just paid you percentage, that way you're getting a good cut of the money off the truck instead of paying you by the mile where you feel like you're getting cheated on rates or something like that. Because if you see the rates that are coming down, but then too, if rates dive and you're only getting a percentage, then you're not getting your paycheck, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's just something to work out if somebody did ever want to come drive for me. But that's down the road a little bit here. But other things need to come down the pipe before we work that out. But yeah, you feel the same way. Couldn't have somebody standing over your back barking at you. Yeah, I've had so many managers and dispatchers over the years that just, I couldn't stand them. They were dicks. And the thing was, like, I had managers at trucking companies that hated truck drivers. I remember I was working for Motor Cargo. This has been like 20 years ago. The district manager guy came into town. I was working in Bakersfield as just a P&D driver for Motor Cargo back in the day. This guy comes in town, he would openly brag in front of the drivers while he's talking to us. He's all, driver ever gives me any attitude, I fucking fire him on the spot. I fucking love firing drivers. And it's like, yeah, that's you know, real inspirational to your employees that are standing right in front of you, that you just love firing them. You know, it's like, I was standing there just shaking my head out. I'm like, what a dick. And then guess what he did? He fired me. It's the only job I ever been fired from. But then when he fired me, it was like a blessing. I was like, thank God. Hopefully that gig gets you back where you want to be. 8 to 10 grand is nice. Hell yeah, it is. I want to make some money, man. What's up? 67 people in here, nobody talking. What's up? Yeah, hopefully things get better. Yeah, it is funny. Now I'm going to be contracting with this dude with my truck. Selena has a job there, but it looks like too, if the way he kind of is getting at it, that if he can score team loads, he wouldn't mind if Selena were to come and jump in the truck with me so we could go around team load and do a round and then come back. Yeah, it's kind of putting it in that way of, I thought it was funny, you know, that you wouldn't mind Selena not being in the office for a week or two if we could go bust out some team loads, and then she comes back. And I'm like, yeah, I honestly am trying to avoid the team thing for her health and stuff like that too. A lot of health problems came up while we were on the road full time like that. I don't want to go back to running team. If it popped up here and there, okay, but for the most part, I'd rather run solo. So I've come to like sleeping at night, you know what I mean? Get full, like, as soon as you got to go down for 10 hours, you know, it's like, cool, get some sleep. Where it used to be, we were rolling down the road 24/7, and it was just like, you were constantly sleep deprived, constantly feeling like shit. You don't even know, like, realize what a toll it takes on you too. Like, you would literally go all week without taking a shit. And I'm a daily deuce guy, man. It's like, when you come to find out how much your health gets affected in situations like that, when you don't shit for a week, it's like, I am screwed up, man. And then when you get downtime, you almost feel sick, and it's just like, it wasn't worth it. The money was cool, but I'd rather slow it down a little bit, run more solo. I could see Selena and I running team a little bit, but yeah, teaming is very hard. It takes a big toll on your body, a big toll on your health, especially when you do it for a long period of time like we did. I mean, we were at it for 4 years, just running team in the truck together all day, every day, and it just, it takes a big toll. I mean, if you do it when you're younger, but I'm in my late 40s now. It's like I got no desire to just beat myself up like that anymore. And yeah. I don't know. I think I got to go buy some fiber pills or something on the road. If that's going to keep on happening. Why didn't you want to do solo at Landstar? I thought about reapplying the Landstar, but when I got my Texas license switched over, I dropped my hazmat. You got to have hazmat to go back to Landstar. So if that were going to take place, I'd have to go redo my hazmat. That was going to take time, and then it takes like a good month plus to get signed on with Landstar. You better count on like even 2 months to get back on with Landstar. And then I already have now a jaded history with Landstar because I already fired us once for that stupid parking violation. And do I want to go back to Landstar? I like their program, working off a load board, doing what you want, going where you want, going home when you want, taking time off when you want. That's all cool. But what's going to happen the next time I, just flick a booger on the side of the road? Am I going to get fired again? It's like, no, screw that. I don't like being in that situation where, I mean, pretty much anywhere you go, you're on the verge of being fired constantly anyways, but just, how quickly they were willing to get rid of us over something so insignificant. I don't want to go back to that again. There's a lot of advantages to being at Landstar. A lot of people have been there a long time. I got no problem with Landstar. It's just the feeling that somebody would cut you off that quickly. It's just, we screwed up their little rules. I get it, but I don't want to be in that position again where I'm always worried about. A lot of people at Landstar snitch on you too. That's another thing. They see you parked somewhere wrong or something like that, they'll go over and take a picture of your truck, send it in, and get you fired. It's like, screw that, dude. Ultimately, it'd be great to move on to having your own authority, so nobody can fire you anymore. You are totally independent, and nobody tells you what to do anymore. It's great. So, oops, missed some comments here. Sorry. Did teams for 2 years now. Oh, now solo, ain't going back. Yeah, it's the solo life. You can make a little bit more money. Like if you're a company team, you can make decent money. You'll make more money than solo, but is it worth it? And then you got to be. A lot of times you get teamed up with somebody else, and you don't even know them. You got to get to know them, and it's just a pain. So, I'm an owner-operator from Wisconsin and been watching since your Landstar days. Nice to see you still think ahead. I've thought about buying another truck, but is it worth it? It's a lot of headaches. I mean, depending on what kind of truck. Get a wire harness at a salvage yard? Yeah, I mean, possibly. But then, too, that one might be fried, too. Maybe it's better just to wait for the new one. If I drove team with my wife, I'd be scared to sleep. She'd tear the whole city down. She's a nurse. She does pretty good. Yeah, nurses, it's always in demand. Yeah, who the hell made the name It's Okay to Be White? What's up with that? Hilarious. But yeah, just got to get the truck fixed. But I'm working. Run around this thing. Yeah, this truck though, it's like a spare truck you had. It's a 2016 Cascadia. I wish, I'm gonna have to put out a little bit of my own money while I'm out here just to fix a couple things. The wipers are rotted. I got to replace at least one wiper, but I've stopped at several places now. Love's, TA, Petro, Pilot, whatever. And it needs a 26-inch hook wiper. You go in and you check. They got 24-inch and they got 28-inch, but nobody has had a 26-inch wiper. All the way from Texas, all the way over to here. Have not found one 26-inch wiper. I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, supplies really are low on everything. I don't know. According to Joe Biden, it's not okay to be white, so you better not be we're all white supremacists or something like that. We're all racist and we're all white supremacists. So actually, according to my Cherokee card, I'm half Cherokee also. So how does that work out? Am I still the white devil, or do I get to pull my race card? I wonder how that works out. Yeah, I got to see, this load was kind of under pressure. I was just moving the whole time, so I didn't have time pulling to a Walmart. I was just kind of running, you know. It's something I'll get to after I finish dropping this part of the second part of the load, because I got up, I just checked my tires a little bit ago too, and I'm missing a chunk of tire now too. So after I get out of here, I'm gonna have to go to a Love's or a TA or something and get another tire replaced. I just got 2 tires replaced in Texas. Now I got a 3rd tire that lost a chunk of its recap, it looks like. So I'm gonna have to go do that, otherwise I'll probably get red tagged. So I got to get a hold of the boss man after a while. That he's gonna have to tell me where he wants me to go. Probably to a Love's. He said that's where he gets all of his discounts if he uses his fleet account at Love's. So I've been leased to this company for 15 years in the same run every night. I'm super bored, but I make decent money, around $7,200 a week gross, and go home every night. But 15 years getting old. Yeah, but after 15 years of grossing $7,200 a week, man, you should be able to retire. At least I would think. Yep, all my family comes from eastern Oklahoma. My mom, she was born in Hugo, Oklahoma. My grandparents were both from eastern Oklahoma over there. My grandpa was definitely Cherokee and stuff, because that dude was straight up brown, black, thick, long, slick backed hair. He was a truck driver too. He was a teamster for 100 years. But yeah, both my grandparents were from eastern Oklahoma. They were all Cherokee. Family was Cherokee, stuff like that. But then my mom got with my dad, Tidy Whitey. Thanks, Dad, for making America hate me. $2,300 a month? That's actually not that bad. I mean, new trucks are like $3,000 a month, man. So if you're getting away with $2,300, that actually ain't that bad. You just gotta keep your rates up, and so you can pay for it. You know what I mean? I still got a green light back here, man. My reefer's gonna run out of fuel before I get unloaded. Shit. Yeah, you invest a lot now. I mean, if you go by the Dave Ramsey formula, putting 15% away, mutual funds, whatever, Roth IRA. I mean, if you're doing your own individual account, Roth IRA is the best one to start with, and then, you know, talk to a financial guy or whatever that can diversify you into mutual funds and all that kind of stuff, and just start packing it away. But I definitely recommend the Roth IRA over a simple IRA. So you pay your taxes on it now instead of 20 years down the road, because taxes never go down. So pay your taxes on it now, so you can just take that money out and tell everybody to fuck off on their taxes. Although I wouldn't be surprised if the government tries to change something down the road to, oh, we got to tax it on the back end too, you know, or something like that. It's some lame shit. You got to adjust it. Why don't I turn my reefer off? I guess I could. Although if I'm out here for 4 hours, That ain't cool because it's warm out. It's about 80 degrees. And I got fresh meat. So, although I'm sure the reefer's still cold, but much warmer than it should be. A lot of times, too, when you do back into places, they tell you to turn the reefer off. They didn't tell me anything here, but yeah, and then when you got it 30,000 down, yeah, 30 grand. It's a big chunk, man. But at least your payment's only 2,300, not 3,000. Yeah, if you go in, of course, the math works out, lower down payments and stuff. It sounds like at 2,300, you got a halfway decent interest rate on it. So. Yeah, it's screwed. I am going to turn the reefer off, I guess. If they're going to hang me out to dry like this, man, I'm going to turn that puppy off. Be right back. Yeah, it was holding at, like I said, on 26. It was still holding at 27 degrees. So I'll let that ride for a while because the meat up in the nose is super cold and it's not gonna start getting warm for a while. So screw it. Yeah, and there are some reefers. Like I know there were reefers when we worked at Prime. As soon as you open the doors, the reefer would turn off. So whatever. Unload your shit. So I had a 660 before. It was a 2012, 55,000 in breakdowns in 6 months. They gave me 30 grand for it. And I got this through. Oh, sweet. Yeah, with this truck, my truck right now, yeah, it's 2015. It's having problems. I seem to get out and run for a couple, 3 weeks, and I'm down for a week. This time I've been down a month. And it's like, I gotta get out of this truck. Now, something that may happen, I'm not sure yet, but the owner of this company I'm contracted to, he's getting in like a half a dozen new, he does for his, this is one of his like spare trucks or something. He does rider full maintenance leases, and he does lease trucks to people, like lease ops, and he will put you in a brand new rider Cascadia, I'm guessing, and you make the payment on the rider lease and run for him, but it's a brand new truck, full maintenance. If this rider truck goes down, they put you in another one, kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. So basically you just pay the rider payment, and which doesn't sound like a bad deal. You can still go make plenty of money. I think the payments were like $630 a week for a rider truck. So you're talking over $2,500 a month for a truck, but it's maintenance free, all included. And you get a replacement truck as soon as that one goes down. If they can't have it fixed, I think there's like a window. If they can't have it fixed within a day or two or something like that, they just give you another truck. So I don't know. See what comes of that too. If I could maybe sell this truck off, if I'm just going to keep having too many problems with it and everything, it's like maybe just get rid of it, Which, yeah, the full maintenance lease. I mean, you could go buy a brand new truck and be paying your $2,600 a month on that, and if it goes down, it goes in the shop. You ain't getting paid, and you don't have a replacement truck. You do a rider lease like this, even though it's just a Cascadia or whatever, and typically rider trucks are pretty bare bones. They don't have much in them, but still, you're out moving, you're out making money, and you don't have to worry about maintenance anymore either. It's all included. So it goes right back to rider. I thought I'd be happier in a long nose, but it's the same as any other truck. I've drove it. It's nice to get a complaint compliment. I wish I was a little lighter. Yeah, trucks are a little. If I'm gonna be doing reefer, that did cross my mind. If I want to go get a Peter KW or go lighter, you know. Like my truck now is 18,000 pounds. My Cascadia. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter. A lot of times you get into a long nose, you know, coming in like 19.5, 20,000 pounds. So yeah, you really got to consider that, because a lot of times hauling reefer, you know, you got the weight of the trailer to add to it, plus the freight is not light a lot of the time. It's, you know, like this meat load was 44,000 pounds. So let's see what. God dang it. I already missed some comments. These comments aren't popping up. I'm not seeing. Yeah, pocket the money. They get you ahead from your truck. Lease the rider. Yeah. There's trucking companies here in Oklahoma looking for drivers, and owner-operators offering a $3,500 sign-on deal. That's a funny thing. The guy here, he's offering his company drivers and owner-ops $7,500 sign-on bonus. He pays it out over the year at 5 cents a mile for all miles run up to something or whatever. I forget what it was, but $7,500 he'll give you. Haul asphalt oil from Minnesota to Milwaukee every night. Oh, cool. I don't miss running all winter up in Wisconsin and Michigan right now, but come winter time, if I can stay down here and still make good money, that'd be nice. Still got a green light. It's been an hour and a half. And they still haven't started unloading yet. No, I've been here since, what time is it? It's already after 6. I've been here since 4. But I've been in the hole since about 4:30. It's in the hole. You can tell it's in the hole. It's in the hole. Tell me where that's from, huh? Come on. Movie knowledge, people. Classic movie. Somebody tell me. It's in the hole. Classic. Are the boys going to get, yep, Caddyshack. Are the boys going to get jobs? Yeah. Dustin, he's going to get a job by September, because right now he's still collecting unemployment. He was in the painters union in Vegas when he got laid off, and he's pulling down $758 a week on unemployment right now. He's not going to do much better than that going and getting a job anyway, so why throw away actually guaranteed secure money every week? You know, take that money while you can. September 1st, I think Nevada has already pushed a thing through to cut off the $300 stimulus payment, so he's banking on by 1st of September he'll have a job. So a couple more months he'll drain the coffers and then go get a job. And then Brent, you know, he's just graduated high school, so yeah, he needs to get out and start doing stuff. Are they just visiting? No. They live with us full time. But right now, too, it's cool. If I'm out on the road, Selena's working, we got the dogs at the house. If one of them is there, too, to kind of handle the dogs. And, you know, they clean up the house. And Dustin, with his $750 a week, he goes to the store, he buys groceries, he buys beer, all that kind of stuff, you know. And they clean and do stuff. So, I mean, you know, it's working out. You know, I'm not worried about it right now. Like I said, they help out, so it's all good. With me being on the road, I mean, well, I'm not home, and that sucks. You know, it frees up an extra car. Selena can drive her new pickup to work, and Dustin drives the 99 Lincoln around, and we got the Beamer. Although it needs some work too. That's why I want to get money built up too. We got a 2011 BMW 550i. Basically, it's an M5, but it needs the valve seals redone now. Probably needs a new injector. Needs a little bit of work to it. But I want to fix that thing up and make it my hot rod. I want to straight pipe it and everything, because that thing is a beast, dude. It's 500 horsepower. The thing just kicks ass, man. I love when that car's running straight. It's just a great car to drive. It was nice talking to you. Heading back to the yard now. Just got done unloading. Stay safe. All right, Brandon. Check you later, man. Yeah, a lot of kids today, man, on it. You know you're getting old when you say, these kids today. That was always the thing. I think like Tim Allen said that in his comedy special a long time ago. So you know you're getting old when you say, these kids today, or something like that. I don't know. If you get a new truck, how long do they last? Do they last at least more than 5 years? Probably not, especially with the motors now, or the DPF systems. You can count on having a lot of problems after that. Right after that thing gets out of warranty, I guarantee it's going to break down. That's the way they go. I would not bank on a new truck after it's out of warranty. Absolutely not. As soon as that thing's coming up on the warranty ending, get rid of it. Do not keep that thing. I mean, it could be paid off and that's cool, but the number of problems you're going to have with the DPF system is ridiculous after the warranty is up. So yeah, I'd be ducking out of that thing. Just, yeah, not worth it. Either that or go get it, find somebody to delete it so you can keep running it without the emissions. Still got a green light. God damn it. Let's go. How long are the warranties on the new trucks? Typically a warranty from the manufacturer on the motor is a 4-year, 500,000 mile warranty. I think Cummins, I don't know if they changed it. Cummins went to a, what was it, 2 or 3 year, 250,000 mile warranty, and then you had to pay a bunch of extra money for the extended warranty, which hell no. But I don't know if they've changed that again, because I think it was not very popular with a lot of people. And then I think the International Motors and Mack were the same, like a 4-year, 500,000. I remember a few years ago, PACCAR was doing a 1,000,000 mile warranty because they're really trying to push people to buy PACCAR motors, so they're willing to put a warranty on those things forever. But I don't know if that's changed. Volvo, I think is, I couldn't say for sure, but typically I would say about any truck and their manufacturer warranties and all this kind of stuff, once that thing is going out of warranty, get rid of it right away or delete it, because you don't want none of that shit. You don't want to have to put $35,000 after that thing's out of warranty into an after treatment program or after treatment replacement. You're talking like in a Freightliner, you know, one box and the filters and everything, all the valves and all the sensors and all that crap. I mean, I knew one guy, he had a Volvo, and he had to replace the entire DPF system after it was out of warranty, and he had to pay $35,000 to have it all replaced, guts, all the guts of it. He was just like, what the hell? And then he ended up getting rid of the truck and bought another Volvo. But then he said, like, I'm getting rid of this thing as soon as it's out of warranty. I'm done with it. So yeah, I mean, like I said, if you got the warranties, at least the payment's worth it. then you just have, as long as it's all covered under warranty, the money you're putting in the bank to cover your own ass, cover your house bills and stuff, if the truck's going to be down for, some of these new trucks, and you get it in the shop, and you got to take it to a dealer, they might have the thing a couple months, as long as you got money in the bank to hold you over, then cool. Yeah, BMWs are money pits. I'm just about paid off on that thing anyway, so it's like kind of worth keeping it, maybe. I thought about getting rid of it and going buy another pickup, like a used pickup, that I could just pay cash for eventually. So I don't know. I'll see if I keep the BMW or not. It would be cool to fix it up, but ultimately, is it going to be worth it? I don't know. Maybe I could even just go trade it in. They're giving a lot of money for used cars right now. What we got? Sorry, I missed a few more comments. We started out doing reefer, but it always took hours to unload, so we went to dry van. Love it much more. Yeah, I always like dry van more. I like getting on down the road a little bit quicker. Reefers are just an endless cycle of waiting. And then too, like I said, I used to do a lot of hazmat for years, hauling fuel and all that kind of stuff. And I always enjoyed it more because people were much nicer to deal with in the hazmat world. People were much more, I guess, call it professional. You go to shippers and receivers and stuff like that, wherever you had to go pick up a load of, say, gas or whatever, go to the fuel racks and all that kind of stuff. The drivers were all cool. Everybody worked together. I was dropping at gas stations, or I go to, other commercial customers that, I went to farms and different companies, trucking companies that took the fuel. Everybody was just nice to you, though. People were more professional. Working in reefers especially, I've seen there's a huge mix of people out here, a lot of new drivers, a lot of guys that are foreigners too, that don't speak English, and they don't adhere to a sense of courtesy, and they cut you off all the time, or they're just, it's a whole different world in reefers and everything that I don't really care for a lot of the time. The people are kind of dicks. Shippers and receivers treat you like assholes, like you're just a bottom feeder of a human, and it's like, I don't care for it as much. And then the waiting and everything too. It's just, I don't know. Reefers, if you can make money doing it, I'll put up with it. But if I had a choice, if I was going to make the same money doing one thing or the other, I'd definitely go back to dry van or hauling fuel. I'd probably take all the hazmat work over anything else. If I just say you're going to make $25 an hour doing this, that, or the other, I would take fuel. It was work I was good at. I enjoyed it. It was a challenge every day, just being safe and just dealing with all the ups and downs of each drop and everything. I just enjoyed it a lot more. God dang, more. I don't know. My phone ain't showing the comments. Sorry. You could take it down to Laredo and get crazy money for the BMW. Yeah, maybe. And yes, reefer customers are always assholes. Like here, they just ignore you. Just look at you like, oh, who are you? Oh, just another truck driver. What's up, Australia? How's it going? Oh, QR Outback. You watch us all the time. I remember. Have a good one, brother. Just got home. Got to lay it down. All right, Brad. I'll check you later, man. Thanks for checking in. On that note, too, I think I'm going to get off here. I think I might take a nap. So, I've been on over an hour and 20 minutes. I will be making more videos now, though. Like I said, I didn't make any video coming over here. I was just kind of in a rush and didn't think of it. When I did want to go make some video. Oh, yeah, it's winter there, huh? My GoPro was dead. So I was like, whoops, and I went to charge it, and then I forgot to film anything. So I'll shoot some video later. I think from here I'm going over to Lexington, South Carolina to do my second drop. And then Selena told me yesterday that she heard the boss on the phone talking about my next load. Possibly, he was supposed to pick up today. It was a load of green tomatoes out of somewhere down near Valdosta in South Georgia. Somewhere down there in South Georgia, but going to Joplin. So, but he goes, maybe if I could get him over there on Wednesday to pick it up. And they're like, oh, I don't know. And I haven't heard anything else about it. So, see what happens with that. But, yeah. I guess I'll get out of here for a little while, maybe take a little nap. Come back later, try and film some, check back in again. Anytime I get some downtime like this, maybe I'll jump on live from now on too and just shoot the breeze, man. Start putting out some videos to everybody again, get this thing up and working. We've had way too much of a hiatus off of YouTube, and we're always getting comments too about like, when you guys putting out more videos, man? I miss watching you and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, on that note, check back later. All right, out.